to work with this amazing piece of work from Lucio. And my name is Cecilia Nordlund and this is Lotta Ringlén. And this was totally experimental and improvised. So I hope you enjoy it. But give a warm applause for Duccio and Emilio that is here. Because today is a big release for an amazing piece of work. Tack.
Hello. Hello everyone. Hello. People come. Hello everyone. I'm Duccio Loretti, the author of this book. First of all, I want to thank Cecilia and Lotta for this amazing performance, really touching. You know. It's really amazing to hear them with the words of my book. And obviously a big thank to Jenny and Tony, so the Bradfield in Malmo, because they give me the opportunity to do this book. And you all know, like nowadays we are so full of books, of photo books, that it's pretty difficult to be touched by everything. But for us as individuals, it's important, you know. And for me, it's even if the book don't like, or you don't book the book, you don't buy the book. For me, it's pretty touching. Just sit here behind my books. So thank you, Landskrona, the director, and Jenny and Tony again. So this book talk about two main events. that in some way affect our lives, or better, affect my lives. It talks about the first atomic bomb test in the desert of Alamogordo in America, and the first moon landed always in America. And the coincidence, like the title, and sorry for the long titles, but I like long title, is that they happen in the same date, the 16th of July, July 16. And the coincidence is that I was born on 16th of July. So I try to create a novel about these two events connecting with my birthday. And yeah, it was about my personal images, my archive images, and some of them are from web images. And well, I created this novel trying to explain how affect our life. And yeah, I think that's it. All the words in the book are written by me. Just a little phrase about Takahashi, that is a survivor from atomic bomb in Hiroshima. And then yeah, this is Emilio, the graphic designer. Yeah. It's hard to say, but it was very easy to work with him because I didn't want a difficult book, you know. This is not a difficult layout, a difficult form. For me, the most important thing was the concept beside, and I know that Emilio maybe was pushing for a further and more difficult book, but I didn't want to. I did want some easy thing, you know. Because for me, the important thing is the concept was inside the book. So, yeah, thank you, Emilio, for...
Thank you, Duccio, and everyone for inviting us to give this presentation of the book. And of course, Duccio invited me to design his books after winning the Dummy Award here. And for me, it's been a big honor to design such a book. Of course, as Duccio said, he didn't want to have a difficult book, and I tried to do what he wanted to do, but as a designer, sometimes I think that it's the most convenient thing to do when you approach such a content is to start a dialogue, and that's what we did. Before coming here, we had a nice conversation with some new friends that we met at the dinner before. And we're talking about how the designer should be present in a book, if my hand has to be seen or not. And this is what I try to do. I try to disappear completely from the book. The nice thing about this book was that even if I tried to move the pictures all over the spreads, every time you flip over the book, you can still understand the novel, the narrative, and it's really interesting for me. So that's something that makes the book really important for me. I don't know if we should say something technical about the book. Maybe I think it's nice if you flip over the pages, which
there are books over the tables if you want to have a look.
It's been printed in 3 different kinds of paper. We have this first 16 pages in black and white on an uncoated paper. Let's say something technical, makes always really interesting. Then we have something like 80 pages in coated paper, and then we have the cover. And then there is a dialogue that has been written by Duccio in a gatefold pages at the beginning of the book, which has been interpreted by this amazing artist here today. Yeah, that's it.
If someone of you have questions, maybe it's better not, but if you want to make some question, I'm pleased to answer if you want. If you don't want,
you have to.
No, really, I'm really thankful again to.
We have to say thank you to Tommaso, the publisher.
I was thanking.
Witty publisher for Italy.
I was thanking also Tommaso Parillo from Witty. He has a market, a lot of photo books, beautiful photo books over the photo book market, and he helped us finding the printing house and all the connection between Sweden and Italy. Obviously, you understand maybe sometimes the difficult to create a book from distance, you know. So it's, but I'm really happy because Jenny and Tony are awesome, and Tommaso the same, Emilio a little bit less. we love him the same, and just one thing I want to say, because for me it's really important. I came from a narrative point. I prefer being a writer than a photographer. So I wrote, I just finished this novel. It was like the second volume of this book, and I tried to contact some publisher in Italy, but you know, it's a little bit fresh. But if someone have a